Thank you very much.
Sure.
Well, as Bill just reported, our economy is a critical issue right now for voters of both parties. The price of a barrel of crude oil today closed at more than $100 a barrel for the first time. And it won't be long before that means higher costs to heat our homes and put gasoline in our cars. The current administration is, I think it might be safe to say, unlikely to solve this economic crisis, leaving that job to our next president. Christine Romans has our report.
On the campaign trail, candidates stressing their middle-class stripes. Senator Hillary Clinton.
And I know that it's tough times for a lot of people.
Senator Barack Obama urging a bipartisan effort
to help middle-class families.
And Senator John McCain.
We can't leave people behind in the heartland of America.
Appealing to a widespread anxiety evident in the polls and across the country, where the housing crisis has ravaged neighborhoods. The mortgage on this New York house is for far more than the place is now worth. Same for many homes in this Ohio neighborhood. Goldman Sachs estimates 30% of all mortgages, or some 15 million households, could have negative equity by the end of the year. Homeowners with their upside-down mortgages holding on if they can and paying more than the house is worth, or in some cases, walking away. For some strapped homeowners, it'll mean foreclosure. For others hanging on, declining home prices.
When that house is sold in foreclosure, it is sold at a depressed price, which means that when you do the comparables, everybody's house value goes down.
The housing recession laying bare some ugly realities for American families.
Their house prices were appreciating. That was the one thing that was worked for most Americans. But that was really just a bubble. And now that we're seeing the bubble burst, we see that the economy really was hollow at its core.
He says the economy was not creating enough jobs, and those jobs were not paying enough. And then there are rising prices for everything from energy, food, tuition, and health care. Healthcare a major reason a new study finds most Americans are unprepared for retirement. According to the Center for Retirement Research, 61% of households are at risk of not being able to maintain their living standards and pay healthcare costs, which for many, Lou, as you know, have been skyrocketing.
You know, if the economy is not the top issue for all voters right now, I don't know what one could say to explain it, because the risks are immense here of recession or possibly worse. When we're talking about as many as 15 million homes in this country being underwater in terms of the value of the house against the amount of the mortgage loan, I mean,
it's remarkable.
That's scary.
It really is remarkable. And those analysts there at Goldman Sachs even point out that the amount they're underwater is just unheard of in post-war history.
And I would like to remind the viewers of this broadcast that you have heard on this broadcast for a number of years that the economic policies that we have been following are absolutely bizarre, untenable, unsustainable, and one hopes that the outright wreckage will not be the result. Christine, thank you very much. Christine Romans with that sobering report. I don't think we need any more sobering reports, but there it is. Coming up here next.